Your favorite manga has come again. Previously, while the demons are standing in a formation in front of their leader, all they can find is mud and a little bit of dry soil, and this does not seem to bode well for them. Then someone comes and apologizes to their captain for being late. The scared new arrival is now even more scared as now he gotta reveal it all, starting with explaining what is this. Now the story comes to the black dragon, who is coming back to her senses while feeling his groggy head. After taking note of all the things in her surroundings, she realizes that it is not the light which came down. It is actually her who just grew taller. To get all new chapters the earliest, subscribe now. The dragon has become very tall, and now the same room which earlier looked very big is now appearing very small compared to her. Even moving around the place is proving to be a lot of trouble for the dragon, as her head is smacking into things left and right. But this sudden growth is very confusing for the dragon, as no matter how hard she thinks, she is unable to come up with an explanation as to what happened here. Why does she got this sudden growth all of a sudden? The cherry tomatoes from the blue moon energy definitely possess over 10 times the magical power of ordinary magic cherry tomatoes. That is the whole reason for those specific cherry tomatoes to be very valuable when compared to the normal ones. In fact, other crops bathed in blue moon energy also get 10 times valuable due to their enhanced effects. But still, their effect so far was not making things bigger, so how come the dragon got bigger now? She got 5 cherry tomatoes from the MC, and the moment she got them, she gobbled up all 5 of them all at once. There is a possibility that it might have caused a chain reaction to her dragon heart and brought about a change to her halted growth. But it was only temporary, as her dragon heart is not reacting anymore now. She was so much excited to finally see some improvements to her condition, but if they are just gonna remain for a bit. This brings her to a sad realization that maybe a permanent treatment just is not a possibility for her. This will mean she will just keep living her remaining life with this condition. But still, she has already confirmed that her dragon heart can heal, even if it is just a little bit. This is a nice hope for her in all her sadness. Maybe as the MC progresses further, they will find something that could provide her with a more permanent solution for her problem. The MC Park Sejun, our tower farmer, who is a very dear pretty little thing for the dragon, might just bring her more hope. She loves the MC so much with all her heart, but when C checks up on her love, all she sees is him enjoying such delicious food with those rabbits without even once thinking about her. This is not what she wanted. As much hope the MC brings her, seeing him do these kinds of stuff just annoys the dragon to no end. I mean, just look at how he is eating all the tasty things while leaving her out. Then the dragon tries to make out what is he eating. It is something so small that she is just unable to see it. But it is looking like something very, very tasty, and from what we saw in the previous chapter, that corn filled with blue moon energy is not just very, very tasty, but it is also very, very useful in terms of status boosts. She is just so big that this crystal ball, which previously showed her all she wanted without issue, is not showing things too small, making her unable to make out the details. So now what she needs is the big crystal ball that her grandfather used to have. But when she goes to take it out, then she realizes that the door has gotten too much smaller compared to her, and now she just cannot get out. Thinking about that tasty stuff the MC is eating, the dragon is getting very restless, as she too wants to eat tasty food. She too wants to nibble on the tasty sweetness of the blue moon energy filled corn that the MC is enjoying all by himself. But sadly, she is stuck rather badly, so for now Sejun Park will have to enjoy it on her own. Hope he appreciates every bit to the fullest. Now it is time for us to feel the beautiful nice warmth of the sun on us back where the MC's farm is located, where he does all the hard work of farming so that later he can get to eat tasty delicious food. From up above, the whole queuing says hi to all the people living inside who also help out the MC in his various hard farm related work. Inside there are bees flying around collecting nectar from the beautiful flowers, aiding in their pollination while also nourishing themselves and the MC with the sweet, sweet honey. There are many rabbits who do chores all around to help the MC. After a hard day's work, they also relax and enjoy the crop, which is the yield after all their hard work. Their babies are also growing in a healthy, playful environment. The parents and other rabbit also make sure that all the needs of the babies are taken care of so that they do not get malnourished or ill in any way. They also do their best to keep the babies out of the harm's way, as they do have a tendency to run towards things which might prove harmful to them. Some babies just explore around the farm to see all the beautiful sights they can and enjoy the beautiful crops. Some babies become part of the chores the other rabbits are doing, and even though they cannot be part of the chore, they just have fun between them. However, during the chores, keeping a watchful eye is a must so as to make sure the babies do not get hurt in their playfulness and eagerness. Even though no more blue moon energy filled might remain to grill, And enjoy. They do have the normal corn, which is also really delicious and tasty, especially if we add some lemon and nice spicy chutney to it. Our MC is also really appreciative of the company he gets to keep around and the help all of them provide. He even praises the babies playing around as a great job for coming all the way here while addressing them as baby captain. MC have just happened to have steamed the final corn, so now he wants to wrap it up, so he asks the rabbit here to tell the others to gather for dinner. MC also loves taking care of the baby rabbits and playing with them. Just hope that he don't drop it into the steaming pot. MC is very careful about that, and while keeping a firm grasp lets the baby see how the steamed corn is cooking. And I am telling you, man, by the looks of it, this is one tasty smelling and perfectly steamed corn that will fill the mind of whoever is gonna eat it with joy. And this time there is no way that the dragon is letting just the MC and his pals hog all the fun, as she also wants to enjoy some tasty goodness. So she sends a message to the MC that the tower manager says that she would like to taste the corn too. After the tower manager asks if she could have won, the MC receives a new quest where he can share the corn with the hungry tower manager. The reward for this will be extreme gratitude, and upon refusal the penalty will be of extreme disappointment. MC says to Aileen that he was already going to give some to her anyway, but for now she will have to wait a moment as the grilled corn is being cooked too, so he wants to give all of them together in one go. To this the tower manager nods and says that she can wait well. Then the rabbits come with grilled corn too, which is also looking so much delicious that I also want to have one. Please give one to me too, but sadly it is just fiction corn, I cannot have it. I can only cry in disappointment. MC asks them to put them near him. Looking at all this tasty sweet deliciousness lying around in front of him, the MC is very pleased to see this amazing sight. And he is not alone, as I can also appreciate is as much as him. Even the babies are having the time of their life. They also do not want to let this moment of getting to eat it go away. The seasonings that Theo the sales cat brought earlier are a godsend to season the grilled corn, because as much the natural taste of the corn is good on its own, the seasoning just enhances it 10 times more, like how the blue moon energy enhances it. It is a pity that he cannot cook the original butter grilled corn, but he is satisfied with this too. MC also shares his recipe for these awesome corn. First, apply sugar to the corn and grill until they turn brown. If you did as told, then you will too have this delicious corn that the MC and his friends are enjoying right now. After that, you need to sprinkle some Parmesan cheese onto the cooked corn. Who would have thought of bringing cheese to the tower? We can never know, but whoever did it certainly made the day of our MC for now. And to finish it off, you need another secret thing without which it will not be exactly like the corn that the MC is eating right now, but it would still be close enough. That secret ingredient is the powder, and not any silly little powder, but the chili powder. This will add the spicy thrill to the corn eating experience, without which things will be rather dull. MC found this chili powder while looking through Theo the cat's bag after he came back with the straw hat. To think he did not tell him about such a precious ingredient. MC was so annoyed that he thought of disqualifying Theo from being a sales cat. But then he decided to let it slide this once. With sprinkling of this thrill-enhancing chili powder, the corn is looking absolutely phenomenal. This is now the whole grilled corn, which after spreading sugar that sales cat Theo obtained from hunters. The corn was roasted and sprinkled with Parmesan cheese and chili powder on top. It tastes so addicting that one cannot hold back no matter how hard he tries to. And if you are not convinced by me constantly telling you, then seeing the MC's reaction after tasting it might convince you for good about how sweet, savory, and spicy taste this corn has. This is the taste of his home world that he can taste in the tower while being far away from home. Finally, the MC can feel confident that it was worth watching all those cooking videos on YouTube every day. Now MC alone cannot have all the fun. He is a really great guy and loves sharing the tasty delicious goodness of his hard work with others also, so he sends quite a few of them to Aileen also for her to enjoy. With this, he has completed the quest and the tower manager is extremely grateful. After enjoying it himself, he also wants to know what the others feel about the taste, and without any doubt others are also just as satisfied and thrilled as the MC himself. What a great corn he made. The father and mother rabbit are not enjoying the corn for themselves first, as their priority is to first feed the babies, and the babies are certainly having a blast. They just cannot have enough of this great corn. Gotta admire the good parenting of the rabbits as well. Hope their kids grow up to be great personalities and take care of their parents well also. Then with a spoon the MC is trying to do something to the corn. What new amazing stuff will he make this time? I am seriously excited to see. He is taking out the corn seed in a bowl with his spoon. Quite a handy way to get the seed out as quickly as possible. Well, it turns out this was not for some new recipe but for the rabbit babies, as with this the parent rabbits will not have to feed them the kernels one by one, and the babies will be able to eat by themselves. Then he asks the parents to enjoy their food comfortably as he will look after the babies for them. What a sweet guy. Now that everyone can enjoy their piece of sweet corn without any worries, and with ease, the MC also decides to get to it himself and enjoy the goodness of his hard labor. Then while the MC was enjoying his corn to the fullest, he sees the kid rabbits trying to show him something with great excitement. Their enthusiasm was just so much that the MC takes his focus away from enjoying the corn towards them. But what the MC sees is just something so hilarious and funny that he just proceeds to throw up the tasty corn in his mouth. The sight of the baby rabbits doing their crazy, insane shenanigans is just too much. I mean, just look at them. What the hell are they even doing by putting the corns on their bodies instead of eating and enjoying them? Maybe they are well fed, and since they are not feeling very hungry, they just decide to play with their food. Even the MC feels like they will drive him crazy stuffing corn on their body like this. Then he asks them to come to him so that he can get those corns off them. Working while taking care of the babies is just not a very easy thing to do. Then MC thinks about sales cat Theo and misses him. He got a diary of getting lost in the tower where he writes all the happenings and his experiences here. They harvested corn and enjoyed it with everyone. Even Kyung and his mother is happy, helping the MC in whatever way they can. Somewhere someone is quite upset and smacks his hand on a table hard. They are wondering about why the wandering merchant is not coming. This time he is taking longer than usual. This is the 38th floor where the Phoenix Guild has created their temporary camp. Then wonder if something is going on, but then they talk about if they are going to buy cherry tomatoes again, as he had already asked his girlfriend to buy them last time. There is also talk of some rumors. Right now the rich people outside the tower are buying cherry tomatoes of magic at an enormous price. A single cherry tomato costs more than 500,000 wons. So they think that they should hit the ball before more rumors spread and more people flock to them. They ask their team leader as to what they should do going forward, as they must get ready to get into the tower because of the scheduled raid. If it goes on any longer, they think that they will run out of supplies, so they have to report to the guild too. They have no other choice then, so they decide to leave the minimum number of people to participate in the auction, and the rest will go to the tower to get ready. The one guy who is acquainted with the wandering merchant decides to remain here just in case he comes. Then they follow up on the course of action they decided on. While going back, they talk of how they thought that Jessica would stay and they did not expect Suha to be here instead. Jessica Unai says that she no longer needs the cherry tomatoes as she got rid of all the weight she needed to and yielded her share to this one. Then he asks if she will join the auction, as he wonders if she is interested in the cherry tomatoes too, to which she replies with a no, as she is instead very interested in giving Theo his churro, which he likes so very much. Seeing all these churros makes the other guy understand all that he needs to. Theo is a very fatal guy. Right now our sweet little sales cat Theo is trying to hurry along as he wants to see the babies who are waiting for their cool Uncle Theo. Finally, after a long day of travel, Theo has reached near his destination, which is this huge wandering merchant's passageway on 60th floor. Theo has always felt it, but he thinks that the passage here is the biggest. To him it feels like it is reaching the sky. It is just so huge. There are a lot of other merchants also who use the passage to get to their desired locations. There is a doorkeeper who asks Theo to tell him his agency and grade. Theo is a beginner wandering merchant. He wants to use the ordinary merchant passageway that connects to the 38th floor. But it seems like some not so very friendly group of animal is watching where he is going very closely. They are trying their best to identify Theo with the photo they have of their target. And just like in the picture, he is a cat. However, nothing else matches other than the fact that he is a cat. That blacksmith owner's mess of a drawing is making their identification a lot more confusing than it was supposed to be. But he does not think that he is holding a straw hat as described by their informant. To this the other guy says that he must have put it in his bundle, as there is no reason for him to wear it around. These are Silver Wold tribe members. One of the Wold asks to their chieftain Elka about why is landlord Grid looking for a straw hat, and an ordinary one at that. To this their chieftain replies that it does not matter. The Silver Wolf tribe are the best free mercenaries of the tower. They should just act according to what the commissioner ordered. So for now they decide to just keep on following him. They also bought their mercenary association ID, but unknown to them someone is also tailing them. The person tailing them is wondering as to why are the Silver Wolf tribe after Theo. After he thinks hard enough, he realizes that it might be because of that hat. But one thing is certain, that some very troublesome people are following him. Then he thinks of the landlord Grid and how important is that straw hat for him that he had these mercenary group to get it back. The fox decides to follow them. And so the wandering merchant Theo is going forward among other wandering merchants while being unaware of the fellows tailing him and the fellows tailing him unaware of the fox tailing them. What an interesting way to leave us hanging wondering what will happen next. I give this chapter 7 out of 10. Quite a decent one, but the next one looks like is gonna be a lot better. To get it the earliest, do not forget to subscribe.